guys, welcome back to another edition of Running with James. Today it's all about efficiency in running form. And really when I say efficiency, I just mean being able to go as fast as you possibly can with as little effort as possible. And so us as runners, what we usually do, when you first get into running, it's real simple, right? That's what's great about running is you don't need a ton of equipment. You just need some tennis shoes and your body. You go out the door and you're good to go. And so when we do that, a lot of us, right, we think we're born to run. We've read the books, maybe we've seen the TED Talks that we're all born to run, but most of us don't start out with great running form. And so it's just not natural for us because of all the bad habits that we've created over our lives, whether we're sitting down at a desk all day, whatever it may be. And so it's really important for us to do what we can, whether it's, in getting better running shoes or learning better efficient running form, to really get on the track to overall better form, right? It can really help prevent injuries. In addition to that, it will make us faster, right? And so the simplest way that I found to do that is instead of going out on a run and thinking, okay, am I landing under my body? Are my arms moving? Am I staying tall? Because that can be really fatiguing and that can really kind of wear on you as your long run or as your run goes on. And so what I found the best way to really get it done is by implementing drills. And so today we're going to talk about 4 really simple drills that you can do pretty much every time you go out and run that will really help to create those neural pathways, muscle memory, right? So your muscles don't actually have memory, but what happens is your brain is sending new signals, new pathways to your muscles to get you to do something different, right? And hopefully something better, right? So better habits, building better habits. So we're going to talk about those 4 drills today, and hopefully you implement these things, because I guarantee if you do on a regular basis, you're going to see some really good improvements in your overall speed, but really in your overall efficiency. So one of the very first drills that I usually get my athletes to do is what I like to call the marching drill, or it's called the marching drill. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a marching position, right? So your knees are moving forward, your feet are landing directly underneath your body, basically right where they took off. And so what this allows you to do is it really allows to create this new sense of movement that your body may not be used to. In addition to that, it tends to shorten your strides a little bit because most of us, we tend to overstride as we try to go faster, right? So it's real simple. So we want to start with our elbows bent, knees locked. We want to pretend that we have a string really holding us up tall. And what this allows us to do is to get into our running form. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're moving our arms and our legs in the same opposite hand, opposite foot position. Standing tall, moving those feet. A great thing to do in this drill is to get you out of metronome and set that metronome at 180 beats per minute, right? That's kind of like the goal of most runners, is to get to that 180 beats per minute on the cadence. So we want to just move those feet, going balls of our feet to our heels, keeping our hips in. We want to make sure that we're not sitting in the saddle. That's one bad habit you can see, part of bad running form. You shorten at those hip flexors. We want to make sure that we're allowing our hip flexors to get on full flex by staying tall and bringing our hips in. All right, so the next drill is the butt kick drill, right? So we probably all did these in school, whether you played soccer, maybe you played football, basketball, whatever it was, volleyball, you probably did this drill. But what we want to really work on is promoting good running form. So we don't want to do the old tried and true where we're reaching back, right? And our knees are pointing to the ground. We want to be pulling up, right? So we want to be more of a knee forward, heel up position. Now this is really going to fire those hamstrings, but that's great because we want to make sure we're utilizing all of our muscle groups, right? So we're going to stand tall just like in our marching drill position, arms at that ready, at that running position, and we're going to move those knees forward. Move those knees forward, bringing our heels up to our backside. Heels up to our backside. All right, so our third drill is what we call A-skips. Now that A-skip position is really going to help promote that high knee engagement of that hip flexor and that explosive movement. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that, once again, as always, good tall posture, elbows in that runner, arms in that runner position, and we're going to bring those legs up. Bring those legs up, right? So a great way to start this is just simply bring your foot up, bring it right back where it started from. So you want to be making that contact directly underneath your body. So we're leg up, and the hop is what will actually take you forward, right? So stay tall. So whip, 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 up, engage, engage. Be extremely deliberate with this movement. So making sure that even though we're moving forward, we're landing underneath our body and we're whipping up, up. A great way to make sure we're doing that as well is make sure that we are flexing, dorsal flexing our foot up, okay? So we want to stay away from pointing our toe because that could create bad habits, right? Bad neural pathways to make us want to reach out in front of us and still land in front of our body. So we want to go up, up, right back down, driving to the ground, driving to the ground, driving to the ground. Okay, so the very last drill we want to do is what's called strides. Okay, now strides are really good for promoting good running form because they allow you to really open up your stride, and your body tends to naturally kind of automatically correct your running form. And so a stride is basically 80 to 90% of your top end speed. So it's not a full on sprint, but it's pretty close. And so what we want to do is make sure that when we start once again, just like every other drill, we stand tall, arms are in that locked runner's position, our hips are engaged, glutes engaged, right? I like to start with the marching drill, and that really helps promote better running form as we take off on the drill. So we start with that marching drill, and going 80 to 90% of your top end speed, you go ahead, run anywhere from 40 to 50 yards, 50 meters, and that'll really help improve that overall cadence, that overall stride length, but more importantly, that total run efficiency. And so make sure in between each one of these drills, walk it back. So maybe go, for your marching drill, your A skips and your butt kicks, maybe go 10 to 20 yards, and then walk it back and repeat it again. Walk it back and repeat again, up to about 3 times. And then on your strides, you can go anywhere from, for beginners, maybe anywhere from 3 to 4, for intermediate level runners, anywhere from 5 to 6, and anywhere if you're more of a elite style runner, you're up on the top end, more experience, you can go all the way up to 10 strides. But just make sure that after you stride, walk it back to allow your heart rate to go down. This really isn't a workout, it's just really something to help promote better running form and really get that blood circulating. That's why this is great to do as a warm-up, right? To really help set that brain up for good running form, and then to warm those muscles up, get that blood circulating. And then another great thing to do on a recovery day, strictly as your recovery workout, put some stretches in this to really help to kind of reinforce that, and then once again kind of get that lactate out of your body. So great times, great thing to do on if you implement these into your regular everyday training, every week training, do them 3-4 times a week, I guarantee your run form will get way better. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and on Facebook at mybcfit.com. Thanks guys for coming in today. As always, remember that if you change your mind, you can change your life. James is out. I gotta do some strides. Running drill, running drill, running drill, running drill.